Hi guys, this video will guide you how to create a cron job in cPanel of a server. Remember, this is this tutorial is applicable only for servers and also those for which cPanel is available. Those server for which cPanel is not available, you cannot create a cron job there. Also, cPanel is available only for Unix systems, so if you are using Windows systems, then you should look something alternative to do the same job. Anyway, here I have opened my cPanel, and before I start creating a cron job, I should give you a brief introduction about what a cron job is. I think most of us know what a cron job is. For those who don't know, cron job is a job that is done on the server. Remember, on the server, without the intervention of user or browser or any help from the client side. The job that is done solely on the server on its own periodically. That means if I run a cron job for every 1 hour, it will execute, that script will execute every 1 hour continuously on its own on the server without any intervention of client or browser or user, anything. This cron job is very helpful thing for creating some sort of scheduling or some timely regulated event or something. Anyway, I think for those who don't know what a cron job is, have got a pretty much good idea. I will start creating a cron job here. First of all, inside the cPanel home, I have to scroll down to bottom, and inside the advanced section I have to click on cron job to create a new cron job. But before I go into more details, I want to show you that in this example I will use a PHP script that will run automatically on the server. The name of the file is cron_test.php. This is a pretty much simple and a small script. This will run automatically on the server. This file does nothing much interesting except creating a file, and then it will create a for loop, and it will write 10 lines of the same sentence on the file, and then it will close the file. The line is manage model. You can use any line you want. I have shown a simple example. So before I describe the line one by one, here to run a cron job, first of all I need to provide an email ID. This email ID hasn't much role in running the cron job or running the script on the server, but if something goes wrong, like if the script is not executed, if some resource that is the script wants is not available, or simply if the script produces some output, as I told before, this cron job is done on its own on the server side, so there is no kind of output on the browser. But if the the script produce any kind of output, then the output is emailed to the specified email, or if something goes wrong, then the error message is shown on the email that is sent to the email provided here. But if you really want to use some email here, here I have provided some fake name. This is obviously not an email ID, but if you were really using some email to check whether or not your script is working, then you should probably think of one thing I have experienced before, that the emails that are sent from this cron email, these sometimes these emails sometimes go to junk. So make sure that you add the sender address to your address book so that you actually receive those emails. Anyway, in this section, add a new cron job. Inside common settings, I can have a lot options to choose from, when and which interval the cron job will use for running. The minimum is every minute and the maximum is once a year. But if you are not satisfied with these common settings, you can choose separately from like every 5 minutes or every 5 hours. Then you can use those figures here like 5, and then every 4 hours or 6 hours or anything like this. And 5 a.m. sorry, it is, yeah. So you can write the figures here and you can choose the values, and so using those numbers and those drop down list, you can have, I think, all kind of combination of time using minute, hour, day, month, week and everything. And then the most critical part is the command. You have to run the command particularly applicable for this server, for this kind of Unix system, for this kind of system tree. Otherwise this command will not work. This command is simply some command produced to the server for telling the server that I want to execute this particular file or this particular script. I have written the script that needs to be written here. First of all, the first part of this command is the location of the PHP file. If you are using similar server, then it will be, your PHP path will be same. But if you are using some kind of different server, different file systems, then you have to find where your PHP directory is, and then queue for running the query, and then the absolute path of the file that you want to run. For my case, it is home, port root is the name of the account, and so under home the name of the account, port root, and under this public HTML, that is actually stores responsible for storing the data that is shown to the browser. And then I have put this file inside a folder. It is convenient for me for running those, because I will be creating some files. So if I just put the cron file on the main server homepage, it may flood the server with files. So to contain the files and my testing within a single file, I need to create a file that is crtest, and inside this crtest directory, the cron-test.php is the name of my file that I am actually going to run. So this exact command is usable for me to run here for adding a new cron job, but not before I upload the file on the server. So before uploading, let's have a look at the file. There is only one thing worth mentioning, that is the file name path. Remember, the file name path or any path, if you are not even going to create any file, if you are trying to read any file from the server, an external file, or any kind of operation, saving a file or opening a file or editing a file, if you need to edit a file, edit a log periodically, then you have to access the file. Many times you need to access files on the server. So for that purpose, you need to remember that while running a cron job, your home directory is not the public HTML. Your home directory is home. It will be clear once I show the FileZilla. I have opened here the same server which cPanel I have opened here. The same server, the same FTP is opened here. Here, home port root public HTML, I'm inside this public HTML directory. This if I go back one directory, inside port root, that means the home account for this particular account of this server. If you are a little bit familiar with Unix file system and Unix server structure, then it will be easier for you to understand that there are many files required, many files and directories required for running PHP, Apache Engine, MySQL, many things. So there are a bunch of directories and files that we can find here inside the account. If on the same server I create another account, then if say I create another account with the name of ABCD, then I can open another FTP session under the path /home/ABCD. Well, but the significant thing is public HTML. Public HTML is actually container of all the things that we can view on the browser. Here I have a lot more files. Here are directories. So inside these every directory can be opened inside a browser. So apparently it can be viewed as this is the home directory, as when you just open the server in the browser, it will go directly to the public HTML. So this index.php file will be opened directly if we open the server. If you try to open the server on the browser, not a cPanel, but using the domain name or using the IP, if you try to open it, your home directory will be public HTML. But while running a cron job, remember, your home is not public HTML, rather your home is that particular account which you are working on. That means in my case, port root is the name of the account, port root is my home directory. So in case of accessing or creating or saving or editing any files, I need to remember that if I think that I am inside public HTML, actually the cron file is inside the public HTML, but if I think that I am inside public HTML, so I can access any file inside public HTML using just / operator, that is not possible, because while running a cron job will assume that you are inside this port root, you are here. So obviously if you try to access some files that is inside public HTML, if you try to find here, it will not be available at this moment, and it will get an error message. Initially it may be frustrating because you just don't understand why the file is not available for accessing or not opening, but the fact is that your home is that account you are working on. So to get to public HTML, I need to use this particular prefix before creating the file name. That dot slash, inside this dot slash means the current directory I am on in Unix sense. Dot slash, under dot slash, that is public HTML, and under this crtst, that file I am going to create. I have not created yet, and inside this I will create a file with the name of current timestamp. It is simple for me to create a file with current timestamp because as the time goes and the this whole script is running again and again, then if I create some static file name, it will be overwritten again and again. So to get all the files that are created in every run of that script, I need to use some dynamic file name, and the most convenient dynamic file name is time. The timestamp changes every second. So there is nothing complicated in the rest of the file. It will write the line and it will close the file handler, and that's all. Well, now I will upload the file inside public HTML. Remember, while you run a cron job, you have to upload the file inside public HTML. I will upload the total folder with the crtst. I have uploaded. It will take a couple of seconds to be uploaded, not much time, and I should keep a file opening here. So as we can anticipate from this small script, that when this program will run, this inside public HTML and inside the crtst, that directory that just I created, some files will be created inside that directory, and then I can read those files. It will read that man is mortal 10 times. If I did not use that crtst directory, the files could be anywhere on the public HTML, and it would be difficult later for me to find and delete for every stray file. So for now I have to use the command. I will just copy it from here and paste it inside the cron job command. Well, a small right arrow means that your command is right. Well, common settings, I want to run it every minute because I don't have much time to expand the video, so I need at least some outputs before I close this video. So when I click on every minute, it automatically sets every minute, on every hour, on every day, on every month, and on every weekday. So then add a new cron job. Adding a cron job added, this green icon. Then you can see the list of cron jobs that is already running on this server. You can later edit or delete a cron job. So I should be expecting some files inside crtst. I have got one. Yes, one so far. Well, let's wait some more time to see for other outputs. Before that, I just remembered I need to mention one more thing, that is this script as it is created, it is not appropriate for running on browser, because obviously this script is okay for running on browser and it will not it should not issue any error. It should run, but it will not run because, as I just told, when we are on browser, our home directory is public HTML. Everything that is shown on browser inside public HTML resides inside public HTML. But when we are running cron job, our home is that account, that name of the account. If your account name is some I am He-Man, then you will see the path here /home/ I am He-Man /public HTML. So when you are opening the server using domain name or using IP, you are opening public HTML on the browser. But for running cron job, you are standing inside this port root or whatever your account name is inside this. So if I just run this file, then for the browser, when running the file on the browser, that's the / will mean that public HTML folder, because from browser everything is seen from inside the public HTML, because as I told already, the home for browser is public HTML. So inside public HTML it will try to find again public HTML. That is not possible, and inside that it will try to find CRTST. That is also not possible. So there will be a path problem. So this file will not be created. To run it successfully on the browser and get the output here inside this directory, I need to just delete this part and use /crtst and then the file name. Then it will work fine on the browser. Well, I have finished describing this path thing. Now let's see if any more file is created. Yeah, I have got a lot more files. So this thing is working. Let's check the content. Let's click on view edit. It will open in notepad automatically according to my FileZilla settings. Yeah, manage model 10 times. I have got this. So this cron job is working perfectly. So obviously every minute the cron job is running. I have got already 1 2 3 4 files. In a couple of hours it will flood the server. So I will delete the cron job now. But if you want to use the cron job on your own, you can use it by this command. I think this tutorial will help you. So bye for now. Thanks for watching.